Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the show. Some of the gang tonight, the one and only Southside, our Billy, Jaffa, and the legend that is Bridgeman. Evening, boys.
Good evening, everyone. Good to be back tonight.
Evening, Ox. Evening, lads.
Hi, everybody.
Well, can I say a big good evening to yourself, Ox, Jer, and to all the guys on the panel, and to the techie guys in the background, and to all the Rangers fans out there listening in on Rangers Radio. Good evening, and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How we doing, Big Southside? Pressure's on. You know, it's getting close, and the minutes are ticking by to another Southside Super 6.
Yes, it is. And we've got 6 crackers this week.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that, mate. I'm looking forward to that. I'll say it again. We will mock you, but fair play to you for having the cojones bigging.
I think all the listeners know that's what's happening. No, you're doing it on a weekly basis now. Sometimes 3 times a week now.
To be fair, some weeks you make it easier than others.
I'll agree with that.
Good luck, mate. Hope it starts. How you, Jaffa?
Very well, Ox. Aye, getting excited. Looking forward to the game, obviously.
All right, if you're getting excited, Jaffa, we'll let you go and we'll bring you back in 5 minutes. All right, mate?
Shocker. A man's a shocker.
How you doing, Jaff?
Great, pal. Great. Aye, can't wait. Bring it on. That's what I say. Bring it on.
How are you, Billy boy?
I'm higher than last night, mate. My stomach's getting in like a washing machine now, mate. So it is. I just can't wait till Sunday for it to come, buddy.
Don't worry
Absolutely
about it,
buzzing, mate.
worry. Just don't worry about it. Look, we'll have a kitty. You don't have to buy everybody a drink all night, right? Just relax. How are you, Bridge?
Oh, excellent, pal. Excellent. Looking forward to this. Good evening. You've got your full team, virtually a full team in here tonight. So,
well, we've got everybody, and obviously, Southside Muckers and always. I believe he's setting up a ringtone company. Southside. That's the rumour on social media.
I've heard that myself. I was quite surprised, but I believe it's happening. Aye, pre-orders are looking quite good at the moment, I believe.
Oh,
ringtone, brilliant.
This time next year, Jaffa.
IT King.
TIT King.
The boy I love, Rangers. The club made for me and for you. I went to the ground with my father. Since then I have followed on too. And now I am older and wiser. The passion still runs through and through. I make sure my sons and my daughters still defend the red, white and blue. Here we go. Na 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 na.
There you go.
Different.
Southside critique.
Superb.
Oh.
I don't think he's going to be too happy. But
Oh, when he gets his horn and Mr. F. Fox. Yeah, Mr. F. Fox, I mean, yeah. He's going to strangle him, yeah.
I've just had a text in and it starts with "get it." I will just let you wonder what the rest of it says.
Go into phonetics, please. Don't bother with the whole lot.
Oh, dear. Fair play to him and all. Right, okay. Jaffa, it's a cup final. It's surprising. We don't play them as often as people would think elsewhere in the world in cup finals, yeah? People think it's a regular occurrence, yeah? Doesn't happen that often, does it?
No, it doesn't. Ox, that's a great point. I mean, yeah, semi-finals and league games are obviously they blight that, didn't they? They camouflage it a wee bit because you know, when you look back at the last time we did play them in a final was what, 2000 and was it 11?
19.
Aye, in a final. The 1-0 game with the offside goal. Aye, of course. Yeah. But I mean, prior to that, obviously, with everything that's happened to us, it's been a long time, Ox, and as you say, it's not as regular as people think. So I think that's probably why it's why we're all looking forward to it so much, and I mean why we believe we've got such a strong chance against them. And for me personally, Ox, I just want to get the game on. I think we've got a great chance. I really do.
This is the 5th time in this century, Billy. Yeah.
Is that right, mate? 5th time this century, and for finals.
We played them, yeah.
There you go, then, mate.
In the League Cup, yeah.
In 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, mate. It just shows you. Well, listen, it's a strange one, because when you think about it as well, we play that mob four games a season, for talking's sake. So, and then obviously you've got the chance of drawing them in the cup, but to get them in the final, mate, it's crazy, isn't it? We didn't really play them that money, but and plus it makes it all the special. It makes it the more special when you beat them, doesn't it?
Aye. Correct, mate. Correct. I'm just looking. I don't think once in the 90s we played them in the final of the League Cup. That's surprising, Bridge, isn't it?
That is indeed, you know. I mean, I cast my mind back to my 15, 16. We're all going Rangers Radio rental, as you can imagine. Excuse me. And it seemed as if we played them every week. That's what it felt like. We played that mob every week and we beat them 3-9. All that nonsense, you know, it was through your mind. And of course it didn't happen like that, but it felt like that. So that's my memory anyway. I'm not selling out for anything. But yeah, you're right. It's not as often as you think.
No. In the first 20 odd year of the League Cup, nearly 20 years, we only played them 3 times. Yeah, but there was a stage in the 60s where we played them 3 times in a row, Bridge, in the final. Yeah.
Absolutely, pal. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 64, 65, 65, 66, and 66, 67, yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, see those 3 games or 3 years that you're talking about, it felt as if those 3 years just went on and on and on, you know. And every year we played them, you know. Just amazing. But that was a great time with the Rangers, man.
But it's important to us, Southside. What's your thinking, Biggie? How important is it in the whole tapestry of this, but Rangers, you've got to say history, that's not the right word, maybe future's the right word. How important is this bit of the jigsaw, Biggie?
I think it's important every time that Rangers could get to a final, Ox. You know, the fact that we haven't won it for this length of time, it's something that we should have won probably before now. But I think the fact that Michael Beale's come in, the squad's there. There's a good core of existing squad that you can probably say is underachieved, getting to cup finals and winning them, semi-finals and getting them out of the line. So I think it's important for us as a club at this point in time of where we're at with Michael Beale in the journey. I think it's important that we've got 2 new additions in our squad. We want to get them winners straight away. And you want that squad to want to go out and win for the manager, because he's probably come in and made that a happy place, and he's backed every one of the players. He's never talked them down, so you'd like to think that they'll be up to win it for him, for the way him and his staff conduct themselves towards them at the moment, and for the support, us more importantly as well as the support. And I think that's what the Rangers should look at. I listened to a couple of wee bits that Tav's interview today, and I thought he said a couple of things, and I thought, nah, but we'll maybe talk about that later. Just a couple of wee things he said. So it's massively important, Ox. We're in a cup final and we're playing them, and it's there to be won, and let's hope that on the day we turn up and put them to bed, finish the game and lift that trophy.
Jaffa? Jaffa?
Sorry, Ox, Bridgeman. I don't think you can ever underestimate a winning the League Cup. I always looked upon it as the springboard to the season, Ox, and inevitably I think the team that wins the League Cup usually goes on to finish the season really, really strongly and ends up becoming champions. especially in my time of watching Rangers during the 80s and the 90s in particular. But for me, the game on Sunday is monumental, Ox. It really is. And I think we're in a great place. I really do. I think considering where we were 14 games ago, I think we're in a great place to go and compete for it. And I don't think for a minute that they believe that it's a walk in the park, because it's far from it. I think we'll be right up for it, and I'm really confident Ox will do it.
All right, okay. Same question. Your good self, Billy.
Aye, Oxdear, it's a platform, isn't it, for the rest of the season, as Jaffa said.
Was that not the case when it used to be played in October, November time, the final? No, you're turning for home now, aren't you?
Aye, well, you can look at it both ways. Like, I mean, it's a cup final. A cup final is a cup final as far as I'm concerned. With Rangers, and it doesn't matter if it's a European final or a domestic final. We want to win every trophy we go in for. But as I said, regarding a platform for the rest of the season, it doesn't matter if it's December or whenever it is, the turn of the year. I mean, the guys, the players, in my opinion, they shouldn't need motivated for a start to play in a final for Glasgow Rangers. They should be motivated every time they pull that blue jersey out of their neck, because they're living the fans' dream, and it makes it even more spicier when we're playing that mob. And listen, Ox, I'm sure the rest of the panel would agree as well. I don't care if it's drafts, tennis, tiddlywinks, football or basketball or whatever sport it is. If one team's Rangers and the other team's Celtic, I just want to beat that mob, and that's the bottom line.
No, if it's tiddlywinks, I wouldn't even take the green counters, Bridgeman.
Snap. We're very sporty.
Oh, you were good at that, Snap.
Snap, absolutely, pal. No, you know, I think the term used there was a sort of a move forward for yourself. You know, a sort of draw a line. So if we're going into this, it doesn't matter when it is. If we win the game, particularly against them, if we win a final against them, it should give a huge bounce to the whole club, and let us tread on to see how far we can get in the league and our cup. That's basically what it is. It gives us a huge boost in your confidence. Momentum's there, everything's there, and it should be happening for us. We've got a good team.
Southside, and then how big a game is it for Michael Beale? If we win, is that him accepted and we move on in the Michael Beale era, or go where it takes us if we doesn't win?
Aye, look, we want to win this cup because we're in a cup final. We should have won it the last time we played them in a cup final in 2019. But for Michael Beale, probably long term, it's no the main objective. The main objective will be to win the league, get the league title back, and obviously get his progression in Europe, and obviously win cups. But you could probably say that he's doing it with his own team. He's come in and he's only had a chance to add 2 players, but it's still important because he knows what the club's about. He knows what we stand for. He knows what it means to the worldwide support that's out there that'll be tuned in on the Sunday. So he knows what the expectations are. So that for that fact talks, and the fact that he's in the job, we know the credentials, and he does. So I think going forward, it give the club a good lift. The 2 new players get to see what success is at Rangers, and they'll get a taste of it, and they'll obviously want more, and they've got another cup to go for, plus try and make a dent in the league. But I think in the long-term picture, he was brought back to get league success and get us forward. But this cup's came at a time, it's there, and I'm sure he wants to win it as much as we do, Ox. But I think they'll not do a lot of damage if he didn't. But I think it's one that we really have to win, and I think it's one he really wants to win.
Okay, same question, your good self, Jaffa.
I think, obviously, Ox, I think it will. It certainly solidifies his position and obviously justifies the fact that he's come up and to join Rangers, come up from London to join us. And of course, any tournament win, any trophy win, any silverware, I guess, Ox, for any manager, ultimately that's what they're in the game for. I mean, they're winners. But obviously, he's come for a coaching role, and there has been a lot of fans within the Rangers support, but a bit, unsure whether Michael Beale would have been ready or whether he had the guile to take a job on as big a job as Glasgow Rangers. And I think if he does guide us through on Sunday and we come out as victors, I think it absolutely will do that. And I think it'll endear him, if he could be any more endeared to the Rangers support. And I've heard people compare it to the Walter Smith era when he took the reins, after Souness and so forth. And it has got some elements to that. But he's his own guy, Ox. And this is, in his words, what he come back to Scotland for. This is why he come back up here, because Rangers gave him that. And maybe he'll learn very quickly by going down to Aston Villa and then subsequently going to QPR, that those kind of days were probably out of reach for them, for those kind of clubs, because they don't get to cup finals and they don't get to the success rate that Glasgow Rangers gets to. So, all credit to him for taking the job and for putting himself in that position. And if he can win on Sunday, then absolutely, I think it'll springboard them onto greater success at our club.
Billy boy, same question, your good self. How big a game is it for Michael Beale?
Oh, Docs, it's huge. Michael Beale's came here to be a winner. I know he's had a wee stint, a wee taster down at Queen's Park Rangers, but he knows what it's like, I'm sure, for being here before under Stephen Gerrard, what as they like to call it, the Goldfish Bowl in Glasgow. So it'll be absolutely huge for Michael Beale, and I'm sure he'll be trying to install that in all the players. And listen, he spoke as well in his press conferences, and he said that these players have won trophies, so he knows that the players are winners. Apart from, like I said, the two young laddies that's just come in there and they've no experienced anything like that, the pressure they're got to be under at Glasgow Rangers. But Michael Beale will know the score, and I've got every confidence in Michael Beale now. He wasn't my first choice, Ox. In fact, as I said before, I didn't really know who we would have brought in. But boy, is he hit the ground running. And listen, if we can carry that momentum into that game on Sunday, then there's only going to be one winner as far as I'm concerned, and it's Michael Beale's Glasgow Rangers.
All right, okay. Bridgman, you'll be pleased to hear that if people start saying Michael Beale's Glasgow Rangers, yeah?
Actually, it sounds brilliant. This is a Michael Beale's Rangers or Glasgow Rangers. Absolutely brilliant. It's a big challenge for him. Everybody knows it now, and the press is giving him all the good talks, saying he's really good and how well he's done and all the rest, all the nice stuff. And the fans, particularly Rangers fans, of course, are right in there. And of course, you would expect the same with the other side. They'll say the opposite. But my goodness, if he can win as a trophy, how long has he been here? You know what I mean? He's for 15 games, or maximum 15 games or something like that. And he could win a trophy. Fantastic. It's fantastic. Dreams. These dreams are made of. Get in there, Mr. Beale. Get in there and tear all Trafford. Get into them.
All right. So, what game is it? Is it a League Cup final? Is that right, Jaffa?
It's a League Cup final.
Yeah, and obviously you've come on the show and done all your homework in League Cup finals. All the people that's on the night, yeah?
Oh, absolutely, Ox. I'm no doubt we've all had our paper out and been studying all day. I mean, I certainly haven't.
Well, we're going to find this out in a second then, chaps, right? So we'll do this in age order because I think that's only fair. You know, the senior citizens go first. I'm a great respecter in age, all right? So we'll start with Southside.
Was that the youngest, did you say there, aye?
Oh, sorry.
Or you mixed up with somebody else there, aye?
Sorry, mate. Got it right, mate.
I thought that.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
Jaffa, it's your turn.
Right. What we'll do is I'm going to ask you the years we won the League Cup. Start for this year and work backwards. If you get one wrong, you're out. Right? So the last time we won the League Cup, and we'll go to Bridgeman first.
Oh my God, that's shocking doing that to me.
I try to make it as easy as possible
for you.
for you.
The League Cup final was oh my goodness gracious, League Cup final. That was when Kenny Miller scored the wonderful goal for chasing the pigeon.
Unlucky, Bridge, unlucky, mate.
Is it wrong one? Wrong one, okay.
Wrong one. You're a year out, mate. You're a year out.
Okay.
So you're out, Bridge.
Right, cheers, pal.
We'll go to Billy next. Billy, when the last time we won the League Cup?
I'll go for...
Hurry up, I've got my work Monday.
My mind's went blank. 2019.
So that's the year we lost to Celtic. But good try, Billy. You're out as well. So we go to. Right, okay, that's a good one. Who's the oldest? I'll go to Jaffa next. Yeah.
That's because he's doing his triathlon training, isn't it?
It's probably an easier one for you, Jaffa, but...
Right, when did we last win it, Jaffa?
2010-11.
Thank you, yes. A bonus point for the scorers.
Kenny Miller.
Oh, Jaffa, you're out, mate. It was Stephen Davis and Yelovich.
Oh, man, I watched it earlier in the week.
Southside, you're the winner.
Brilliant. Didn't have to answer the St Mirren one then, did I?
Yes.
Yes, I've won.
Oh, do your homework before you come on, lads. Big message there, eh? What do you think, Southside? You've obviously studied this afternoon.
What makes you think that?
You won.
I know.
Can you give me the one before? Can you give me the one before? St Mirren?
The one before St Mirren.
Yep.
Hold on, wait a minute. Because the one before that, I think they won that, didn't they? They beat us, I think. Dundee United.
Yep. Correct.
Would that be 2006, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, something like that? Is it 7, 8?
Yeah, that was in that run out when we had all the games coming together. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I think Big Boyd equalised for us pretty much the last minute. Yeah.
2 each, Dundee United.
Right, can you have a shot for the one before that, Jaffa?
2004-5, I reckon we won it.
I see, your Benjamin's not too bad. Right, I'll give you that, boys. I'll give you that. I don't want to embarrass you, but so in last place with Billy, in third place with Jaffa, and in second place with Bridgeman, and the winner was Southside.
That'll do.
I googled it and still get it wrong.
We no batter somebody 5-1 or something, 4-1, 5-1. Motherwell, right, aye, so we did.
The Cooper Cup final, wasn't it?
Aye.
Fox has got Google in front of him and he's getting them right and all. There was a period, Bridge, we seem to play in that final every year, didn't they?
Well, that's what I always reckoned. And then the mind just drags you along, you know. And yeah, and in the 60s, it seemed as if we were in every final going. Glasgow Cup final, you know. Then, of course, the Rangers Celtic teams, that level of team, were allowed to play in it. And that was like easily. Then you're only getting 2 games in the league. And you get a Scottish Cup, the League Cup, and the Glasgow Cup, if you could have played then. And we did. Many times we played played them against in the Cup, in the League Cup, and the Glasgow Cup. So 5 games in the one season, amazing. Plus they did that at that time. They did replays. So if there was draws, there was replays. So many times you had a Saturday, you had to go back on the Wednesday, and it's just amazing stuff. Amazing, different for there, of course.
We were only involved in one replay in the League Cup, mate. Fight in the final, yeah. And that was 1961-62. We drew with Hearts. We drew with Hearts, and then we beat them 3-1 in the replay, yeah.
Yeah, with you.
In the League Cup. In the League Cup
final, yeah.
Yeah. The last League Cup final that was a draw and a replay was the D United in Aberdeen, 1978. Before that, we started going to extra time and penalties, yeah. And the first penalty kicks, League Cup final, famous one, Billy?
1984, Super Ali got a hat-trick.
No, that was not the one that went to penalty kicks. The first one that went to penalty kicks was 1987-88. After extra time, Rangers Aberdeen, Southside.
Yep, sure was. Peter Nicholas missed one for them, I think.
Trevor Francis penalty kick.
Aye, that's right. Remember, 2 steps back or something. That was frightening, wasn't
it? So some fabulous memories, yeah. So we'll put it what. There was another one on my DVD that was played at Ibrox when Wraith Rovers won it. That was worth a watch and all, wasn't it?
McStay missed a penalty.
Yes. Bonus point for the year.
Nobody. 495.
Well done, Jaffa. Well done. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll get these phone lines open, see how people are feeling. Yeah, I know that you have calmed down a bit. Yeah, we'll go to Billy off as soon as he realises that Google's not his friend.
Can you get the listeners in, and can I ask you something after you do your wee jingle or whatever you're going to do?
Before? Do you want to do it
no,
before?
I was just going to say, do you think on Sunday, with it being half and half of the stadium, the atmosphere, I know theirs isn't, we don't like to listen to it very often, but the atmosphere is going to be pretty high on Sunday compared to when you go to Ibrox and we've got the vast majority of support, we give them the corner, and likewise it's been recently, but to get Hampden half and half, you know, I think for neutrals watching again, and probably the players, it'll be a bit of an atmosphere, will it no? Different to normal in the league games.
I don't think it's the same game in the league now because of that. Personally, I think they've detracted away from the fixture. It was unique, and I don't think it's unique now because of that. This cup, because it's a cup final, you're getting closer to it being unique. Only my opinion. I get all the reasons and people's opinion about away tickets and people not going to their place and not giving them any tickets for that. I understand that, but I'm just saying, in my opinion, the spectacle in the league is not the same as what it was before, Jaffa.
No, I've heard you say that before, Ox. I know you've been. I know you've always said that straight down the middle. I do hear what you're saying. I think you've got a fair point on the fact that just taking it on the atmosphere alone. Obviously, we know the reasons without getting into them all. You know, where they put us in the stadium and so forth. But yeah, tomorrow I think Southside makes a great point. It probably does. Maybe that's why, but maybe that's from a Rangers perspective. There's a bit of an edge to it. I mean, obviously there's silverware at stake, but there does feel as though there's a bit of an edge to it, even within the dressing room, with what our players are saying. So it sounds like they're right up for it, Ox, and that's a great starting point for me.
Billy?
I get both sides of the debate as well. Understand with the fans, it's obviously at Ibrox, for talking sake, that's followed the Rangers through thick and thin, and obviously come back up for the scenario just over a decade ago. So I understand that, and understand where you're coming from, Ox, regarding the spectacle it puts on for the rest of world football, because the derby's recognised all over the world. People tune in from all over the world to see it. So to have, as a football perspective, to have both sets of fans there, and the colours of the spectrum, to keep it politely, it's certainly going to get an extra wee edge on Sunday. And listen, let's hope it is a spectacle, and the Rangers fans are singing it at full time, mate. You know.
Let's say we hope we don't hear them at all. We'll go to the old campaigner.
That's right.
The old campaigner who's been to maybe the most of the games at Hampden Bridge. What's your thoughts on it? Yeah.
Well, Hampden was always a neutral ground as far as Rangers Celtic fans were concerned, except for the time that, or a couple of times that Celtic had to update their stadium for whatever reason, and they rented out Hampden to cover it. Then it became like obviously a home pitch for them.
Remember, we played them there twice. We played them there in the league twice, 78, 79 season.
Yeah, I know, pal. I know. I understand. I'm just saying it. But they were rebuilding. They're building a brand new stadium, and it took them over a season. So they rented Hampden out for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. But other than that, Hampden's always been considered a neutral territory, and you always get the 1-for-1. You know, the half home half, Rangers end, Celtic end, call it what you like. But when Ibrox was a normal terracing stadium, and the same at Celtic Park, they used to get huge crowds, and the Rangers end, obviously the whole of the Rangers end was covered, but the Rangers fans, you know, and the same at Ibrox with the Celtic fans. Now at their home grounds, they can't do that. They just can't do it. For whatever reason, for many reasons, I would imagine, but they just can't do it. I prefer the stadium as it is at the moment. I don't want 8,000 of them.
Yeah, I get on that.
I'm just saying I don't want that, because we don't get the exact same. If they did it the exact same, that'd be fine.
I get that, and I fully understand it, and I recognise it, Southside. I'm not debating that. I'm just saying.
That wasn't what I was getting at. You put it very eloquently, and I was trying to put it across. I'm just saying that I grew up when I went to watch the Rangers at Ibrox, and that they had that traditional Celtic end. We had the terrace, and we had the Rangers end with the centenary stand and all that. You had big crowds singing all the time. Even when they used to come and fill the Broomloan, you had an atmosphere. And sometimes when you're winning, you love it because you're pounding them and you just get that. And I think come Sunday, it's something that you slightly miss. You can batter out that you think Ibrox atmosphere against them when they come 800's brilliant for 90 minutes. It is not. Don't anybody sit and tell me it is, because Ibrox isn't. Ibrox doesn't bounce for 90 minutes playing against Celtic at Ibrox. No chance. I've been there all the time, so it can be bouncy and it gets loud in the eye, but no for 90 minutes. And I just think when it was back to when it was good talking about when it'll be at Hampden, if they're singing, we're singing, and it'll just be a right good atmosphere. I'm not talking about what they sing or whatever. I just think it brings that bit probably fire back into the game. I think,
fire.
You know, I think that's what it brings back.
All right, we'll get the phone lines off him, but it's a long time since you've bounced for 90 minutes, Jaffa.
Try 45 nowadays.
Right, let's come in. Give your thoughts. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye, I agree with you, Southside. I agree with you. I don't think it's the same spectacle. But I mean, I'm not saying I'm for or against changing the seating policy, but I'm saying I just genuinely believe it's not the same spectacle. That's two different in my book.
Aye, I agree with you 100%. The way we're trying to put it across as a game, no talking about how it's went down to 800 and all that and the politics here, just as in what a Rangers Celtic game used to be like for atmosphere. I think when you've got two sets of supporters, I think it is a wee bit more spicy and fiery, and I think it'll look good probably on the telly for people around the world that are going to tune in and watch it.
I think it's quite unique, Billy. I think it's one of the games that's just only becomes a great game if you win.
Aye. I mean, we've all been to Old Firm games over the years, Ox, and we've all watched our team with some brilliant performances in Old Firm games, and both sets of the Grun have been rocking, like, but it's a as you said, mate, it's great when we win, and it stings when they beat us. But it's a double-edged sword, Ox, this debate. Like, we can look at it, at least that's thing we can do. We can look at it with open eyes, right through the full spectrum type thing regarding what's good about it football-wise and what's good about it fan-wise with our own support, and then look about it for a football-wise for having both sets of fans in a 50-50 splits type thing. So, but you're right, mate. As I said earlier on there, buddy, I don't care what I play Celtic at, what sport it is. I just want to beat them, and that's the bottom line. Simple as that. End of, mate.
Rich?
Yeah, can I just say, speaking about the stadium configurations, the Celtic's configuration now is completely different to what it was. And when in the terracing days, the end where they now know as the Green Brigade, that was the Rangers end. The whole end was the Rangers end, the terracing, and the other end was obviously the Celtic end. And you had some stand and parts of the stand down below. That was all. It was all done. And now, when you look at the stadiums now, they're never going to give Rangers fans that whole end at Celtic Park. That's just not going to happen. It may be better for the clubs to come to an agreement to share Hampden, for instance. It might even be better for that, because you get more equal. Put it that. I didn't mean more. But they can't do it any other way, because they can't split. They won't split anyway. The Celtic support, so they're only going to allow 7,000 seats along the whatever it be, whatever line that is they've got there to the really bad viewing stages and so on and so forth. So I don't think it's going to be any good, and I'm quite happy to keep Ibrox the way it is. If they get into this, the Brimley Road end, they've got a fabulous view of the stadium and the pitch. It's brilliant for them, and they love it. They can sing all their songs and other flags and all the rest of it. They can love it, and it does add to the atmosphere. You can't get the same at Celtic Park under the configuration they've got now.
Yeah, I get that. And I get it. I think the guys are right. You just want to be treated fairly, Southside, but that's not what we're talking about, yeah?
No, it's a whole different argument, that one, Bridge. But we're just saying, as in Hampden, there's going to be 50-50 for a change in a final. Obviously, if it's a final, we get that. Excluding the league games, I'm just saying that I think it makes it I feel as if it makes it a right good atmosphere when it's split. I'm not saying it's any worse or any better. I just think it makes it more vocal. It makes it a bit more spicy, and it's a bit more on fire, the game. Because when you're at Ibrox for 90 minutes against them, don't tell me, anybody on this panel, can you tell me that Rangers fans sing for 90 minutes right through a game and you don't, and that's it? And same when we went there, when I go there, they don't sing for 90 minutes either, right through a whole game either. Because I'm there. But you don't really hear us singing.
Is that the modern game, mate? Is that because what you get now is you get the tunes It's all stage managed, Southside and Jaffa. It's all stage managed, and there's all tunes, and people can hear it, and they're blasting. That dictates what people's going to sing. It's not the crowd singing. It's the tunes being played over the sound system, and then once the game starts, that dies down. Maybe run a bit of goal. If somebody gets a goal, you get a bit. But apart from that, it's all stage managed. Yeah, Southside.
Aye. You've done it once in a European game. They sort of turned the tunes off before it and got the crowd to generate it. But aye, it's generated like that. The Union Bears do a great job. They get it started and they fire it on, and depending on the mood of everybody and the type of game. I mean, you understand, you're playing Livingston at Ibrox and stuff, but I'm just talking about against them. You'll maybe the crowd's up singing first 5-10 minutes, and then Ibrox does go quiet, you know, in these type of games. So normally you'd hear that mob start singing, and then you'd be like, and then it would just naturally, people would just react to it, and you start singing for the Copeland Road, would belt out a song now and again. Tell me how many times the Copeland Road start a song, you know what I mean? You hear them singing. Virtually never. European nights, aye. But no many times in a league game on a Saturday or a Sunday or a Tuesday or whatever day we play them now.
I don't think some of the guys that sat in there know the songs.
Excuse me, that's only because we're quiet people on the Copeland Road.
You said it. Quiet.
Jaffa?
I totally concur with what Southside's saying. I think when the stadium's 50-50, it definitely, I mean, from a spectacle point of view, the atmosphere will be better on, you know, for us. I've not got a ticket. Watching it on the telly will be better because it's 50-50. The atmosphere will be better. Can't disagree with that at all. In actual fact, I'd probably take it a stage further, Ox. I'll bet you the players prefer to play in that atmosphere because you can feed off that. You can feed off it because your fans are behind you and probably chanting more and probably getting behind the team more. So there's probably, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to upset the Rangers support at Ibrox because I agree with Southside. It can go a bit deathly quiet, especially if they're on the attack. Whereas I suspect on Sunday, the whole Rangers end probably will be noisy for the whole 90 minutes because you can actually coordinate the singing better because it takes a lot to get Ibrox going. I mean, back in the day when we used to sing Stand to Stand for the Copeland and the Brimley, can you hear the Brimley sing? You know, and vice versa, because there was times when, and it's probably more recently during Old Firm games where it can go quite eerily quiet. I've been at a few of them, and it's quite uncomfortable, you know. So I suspect the players probably prefer to play in an atmosphere or a stadium that's 50-50, or at least has a good away support, because it adds, you know, it winds, their songs wind us up, and the very sight of red, white and blue winds them up, and that gives me great joy. You know, the more flags, the better.
Oh, I've just been texted with somebody saying, I know the songs. I'll not tell you who it was, but he's a professional singer now.
I just got a text, and it's amazing. People don't even listen. They were obviously listening right to the show, but I got a text in saying, "But you try to gear up the Rangers supports tickets for it games." No, that's not what it is. Do you know what I mean? That's not what it is. We're just talking about Sunday being 50-50. Gives it a spicy atmosphere. That's what we're just trying to say, you know. That's you, Bridge. You went in the wrong track. I'm going to blame you.
I didn't. Honestly, me. A big boy did it and ran away, honest.
Right, come and join us. Give your thoughts. Big game tomorrow. Come on, you're out there, social media, Facebook, YouTube. Come and join us. Who's going to be the hero? Who's going to be the hero? Billy Boy.
Wee Alfie boy. Alfie's got it. Yeah, definitely, mate.
Spelling that with an H?
That's Alfie. I think he'll. Well, it was me, mate. After missing the pen in the last final, I would be wanting to go out and set a few records straight. Plus, he gets it tight off them, doesn't he? So how good would it be, Ox, for him to ram that right down their throats, and to help Rangers win the trophy?
Yeah, mate. I'll go for it. Jaffa, who's going to be the hero?
Sakala for me, Ox.
Right, okay. I tell you what, if he's going to be the hero, mate, it's going to be spectacular.
Aye, it probably will be.
He'll do something out of this world, mate. Yeah.
I mean, I was looking back at a clip earlier today for the semi-final last year, if you remember. You know, who pulled us back into the game, and then he was brilliant that day. As were a lot of the players on the day, but semi-final we put them out in the Scottish last year. He was brilliant. I think the wee man's on fire now. I think he's in his best place he's ever been since he joined us. I think he gets it totally. And I mean, I know he was probably set up this week with, to call them the other mob, which is great fun, isn't it? To see so many people getting wound up about 3 words. But I think with Sakala, I think if he's into it, I think he could be the hero.
If I was a mob, I would be angry compared to them. But who's going to be the hero? Bridgeman.
I'll go with Morelos. I think Morelos has got to do something, and it's got to happen to on Sunday. I'm quite sure it is. He's going to set a place on fire on Sunday. Ably assisted with the other chaps up front. Ably assisted, but really and truly, he's due it, and the wee bit fitness is starting to get back. It's got to mean something. That's providing he gets a game, of course. That's who I would suggest.
All right, south side.
Antonio Kolak.
All right.
There you go.
So you think Morelos will start,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kolak will come on, and he'll be the hero.
Yep. I'm hoping we've got a couple of heroes already before that, but I think the big man, when he comes on, will have a part to play, and if he's given enough time, then I think he could end up being our hero.
All right, okay. I can see his logic there, Jaffa.
Great shout. I mean, I think we've been chatting throughout the week, Ox. I know you've had a number of great shows talking about people's teams and so forth, and I've heard you saying a few times it isn't just about the 11, though. It's about the 16 or the 15 that's going to play, and the 4 players that come on, or the 5 players that come on, are going to have a big say in what happens. That's for sure. Because the bench is starting to, depending on what the team as Bridge says, depending on who plays and what the personnel looks like, it depends what the bench looks like, of course. But the bench is starting to look a lot stronger, or the pool of players is starting to look a lot stronger, which we've not had for a number of, for a long while, almost to the start of the season, it feels like.
Aye. The bench will be interesting. If most people's teams, if you sort of compare them together, I think the majority have got the usual back 5, the usual back 3, and Raskin and Lundstrom are, I think, the majority of people's teams. And that left.
Not mine.
I never said. I said the majority of people's teams. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the touch, you biggin? you did have Raskin, yeah, but you didn't have Lundstrom, yeah.
Nah, I had Kamara.
Yeah.
Me too.
Right. Kamara was in some people's team, but the majority of the 10 players were the same for everybody. So the bench could be guys like Jack, maybe Cantwell, or maybe Tillman. Yeah, so you're getting stronger and stronger there to come on and influence again, Billy. Yeah, along with Cholak and Roof.
Aye, but listen, I don't know what the rest of the guys think. I think this is going to be a ding-dong and we're just going to come out and slabber them. I really do. I think this game will be won within the 90 minutes.
Oh,
I've got a strong feeling we're going to just come out and slabber them in the 90 minutes. So that's what my feelings is. I don't think it'll go to extra time or penalty kicks.
Right. Well, I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're right. And want it done and dusted. If we're going to get it won, get it 1 in 90 minutes so we can party, Bridgeman.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I just ask a quick question? Is there any further updates on the fitness stuff? You know, any more injuries, or are we all right?
Well, when I was talking to Michael today,
was he slabbering?
no, he said to me, "Is Big Stevie got a ticket yet?"
Oh, the big man's got to come on and defend himself. He's got to come on and defend himself.
It's got that desperate, me trying to get him, and I ended up having to text my Tondo and see if he'd any spare.
Tondo. Where's he?
I'll tell you what, I'd rather have Big Stevie's his place on the bench, to be honest with you. You know, but no, I think if Michael Beale picked his words wisely, Jaffa, you're a man that listens and does the dive in. He says at the moment, there's words to that effect. They're not fit because they hadn't trained today. He picked these words very wisely. Doesn't mean they don't start training tomorrow, yeah?
Today, they're not training today, was what he said. So, I mean, to answer Bridge, there's been no more, I don't think, come out of the club today. There's been no pictures or videos of training or anything. He's not going to disclose that, I don't suspect. I think you're just going to have to, you know, he's trying to keep not just us guessing. He's probably, more importantly, trying to keep the opposition guessing. But, you know, by all accounts, and the speculators and the people that probably are in the know, and they're saying that Tillman and Lundstrom are definitely fit to play. So, but Bridge, I will quantify that. That's pundits, Rangers probably leaning pundits that have got. Obviously, the era is probably certain staff and so forth, but nobody's confirmed anything.
I'm just going to sports scene for the definitive there. They'll
tell us.
Well, you shouldn't be watching the BBC, should you?
No, I'm saying I will just go in there to find it. Because
they'll know.
They give you a definitive.
They'll know.
They'll
know nothing like they always know.
Agreed.
He's hopelessly devoted to that, isn't he, Ox?
Oh, see what you've done there. Oh dear.
He's lightning.
You know. Yeah. Hope the big man's no stranded at a drive-in.
I'll be having a hound dog. Oh, sorry, I mean a hot dog.
Oh, talking about that, I think we'll just get a second. Then the laugh longest.
What's happening, Blue Moon?
Oh dear. No, I think it's a full moon. No. Here we go. We've been joined by a guest this evening. Guest.
All right, lads. How you doing?
Yo, Big Stevie.
Hey, big man.
Hey!
Listen, I'm phoning you, my pal Alec Blacks. I'm on his private jet. I'm on my way to Zambia to see if I can get a ticket for Sunday. It's the only place I've not tried. Unbelievable. I need one now. I'm down to one. I got one. Oh, man. I'm not even going to tell you much I paid for it. You don't think I'm off my head. But anyway, look, I've got one for my boy, and that's all it really matters. But if there anybody takes no well or anything like that, no. And I've told my pal up there, any prods die and they've got a ticket in their pocket, please take it out and phone me, will you?
I wouldn't have bothered his jet, mate. A lot of people go on that. They only make one-way trips, mate.
I know, aye, brilliant. No, he's all power, man. By the way, I've had a couple of cheeky phone calls today asking me about my how do I go about buying your ringtone? I went, what ringtone? See that fox? I'm going to kill him. So am I.
Brilliant.
Oh, the next thing you'll be storing in the queue in Morrison's, mate, and somebody's phone will go to be you.
But I love Rangers. You're right, man. By the way, Joside's right in what he's saying. We go to the games. The Bears don't sing for 90 minutes. The UB sing their hearts out the best they can, and the rest of the places, like, honestly, sometimes it can be really bad. But look, it's down to us. We're against the monkey at the full, so we'll all get together, lock arms, and we'll all do it together, man. We'll get tore right into the A to Z and give it loudly. And by the way, I heard he's asking about who's going to be the hero. My hero's Gusty Spence, but on the part on Saturday, I think I'm going to go for big Connor Golson header. By the way, good night.
Sounds good. A good shout. Yes, a good shout.
Good shout. I'll tell you what, Steve. It's interesting to see that, because when you look at the teams now, we talk about high balls. I think they'll be more worried about us getting set pieces than we will know with them. Yeah.
Yep. Nah.
Yeah.
Talking about locking arms, the defence has got to get it right. Let them know right away. Let these Jap boys know right away they're in a game. First tackle, make sure they win their personal battles, get right into them, tore into them, man. Know what I mean? And that's it right away. And then the midfield will take care of itself. We'll do them. The wee bug-eyed fella, he'll fade. He'll fade. That wee McGregor, the wee turncoat, he'll fade. And up front, I think Kent, they're free to Kent. They really are free to Kent. When Kent runs at them, they don't know what to do. They really are. And Sakala's it showed you the last game what he can do to them. So, guys, I'm getting in here. I told you in the show the other night, we're going to win by 2 clear goals. So get all the doubt out your head. And here's one for Southside. I know you did a Super 6. Now, Big Stevie's never been a book in his life. No less he was robbing it. Now, listen to what I'm going to tell you, right? So, the bottom line, here's a double for you all. Newcastle and Glasgow Rangers, stick £20 on it and you'll get 200 odd quid back. Okay? It's been put on. You've heard it here first. I'm going to leave it with you. Okay, lads?
Cheers, bro.
Take Newcastle and the Teddy Bears. Here we go. Come on, the Glasgow Rangers. When I was a boy, I love Rangers.
I love it, by the way. I love it.
Billy, see what he's having.
The boy I love, Rangers. The club made for me and for you. I went to the ground with my father. Since then I have followed on too. And now I am older and wiser. The passion still runs through and through. I'll make sure my sons and my daughters still defend the red, white and blue. Here we go. Na 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 na.
There you go, huh?
Brilliant timing.
It's different class.
Oh, mate. He's a one-half Southside, isn't he? Some personality.
He's some man, honestly.
He's got some heart as well, the biggie.
Aye. He's a cracking guy. Anybody that ever meets him will never say a bad word about the biggie. He'll guarantee you that. And if they do, they don't actually know him, you know.
Some man. I went off. I've told him, but if Alec Black has to do a job in him, don't put me down for a pallbearer. I'll be too upset Southside.
That'll be some casket, that, won't it?
Right, okay. Get yourselves in mute, because we're going to have a tune.
Who's that team they call it Rangers? Who's that team they all adore? They're the boys in loyal word who had to stop the talent and they had to show the world what they can do. Some people say the Real Madrid's the greatest football team. I've even heard the Anderlecht's the best they've ever seen. There's Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur too. There's Arsenal, Chelsea, Blackburn, just to name the famous few. Who's that team they call the Rangers? Who's that team they all adore? They're the boys in loyal word who had to stop the talent and they had to show the world what they can do. So ready on the hips to have to say, oh, take world around us not reality. And I hope to show the world what they can do. Here's our help to us for Rangers. Here's our help from me to you. And I hope that every day we will immortalise the people of the voice who will the famous Royal Road.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, all back. All back. An old classic, yeah, an old classic. Yeah, right, okay. We'll go to our heroes. I'm surprised that nobody's mentioned the skipper, Southside, because he's one of these guys, isn't he? He's just, if it goes right for him, it goes right.
Aye, I heard him talking today and he said he's quite relaxed before games and he doesn't sort of say a lot, but leading up to it, he says that everybody will be talking in the dressing room before it, so seems to have a calm approach before games. Let's see where he came across. But it's a big game. He's a captain of your club, and normally, like you say, we've seen a different character for different captains, and he seems to lead by example. Doesn't do a lot of shouting and screaming, but he leads by example, as he says, and he did last Saturday when he put 2 goals in the net for us, you know. But I want to see Tav lift a trophy. He's the captain of your club, and it's something that the captain of Glasgow Rangers should be doing on a regular basis, is lifting trophies. So looking forward to seeing how he plays on Sunday, mate. I'm sure he'll have a big game for us, and he'll be putting a big performance, hopefully.
All right, before we go any further, talking about big performances, let's hear Southside Super 6.
Hi, welcome to Southside Super 6 for Saturday the 25th of February. Our 6 selections this weekend are Portsmouth to beat Cheltenham, Stevenage to beat Tranmere, Swindon to beat Harrogate, Greenock Morton to beat Cove Rangers, Dumbarton to beat Elgin, and Ipswich to win away from home at MK Dons. If you take all 6 selections, it pays 24-1.
Good luck, Biggin.
Cheers.
Good luck. What's your bet for Sunday?
2-0 Rangers.
That'll do me.
Yep. Can't never get a goal against the Rangers, mate. You know that.
Yep. So I'll reinvest my winnings for Saturday onto that on Sunday. Yeah.
Nah, just keep it in party Sunday night.
Look forward to seeing you.
Yes.
Yes. I look forward to it. Oh dear, Jaffa. Oh dear. I was all right. Now I've just turned into a clever and wreck. The nerves I've kicked.
None to be nervous about, Ox. None to be nervous. We'll be up for it. We'll be well up for it. I'm convinced of it. I think the noises are loud coming out of the dressing room. I think the Rangers team and the Rangers squad are well up for it. We know what's at stake. I think the fans are up for it.
Billy?
You know me, mate. Listen, I'm sure I'll be like this right up to the kick-off, mate. Then I'll settle down a wee bit and I'll try and get the football head on to watch the game, like, you know. But I just, as I said, mate, I just cannot wait for this to come round. I'm buzzing for it. I'm super confident, and it's just it can't come quick enough, Fox. It just cannot come quick enough, mate. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Been a long time since you've said that. Bridgman, you're a man that's calm. Sometimes, yeah. How are you going to be on Sunday, mate?
I'm going to be as calm as anything. You just imagine that, can't you? Just imagine that. I'll be screaming at the top of my voice, that's for sure. Rangers Celtic is a whole different animal to anything a lot of folk have ever seen. A lot of folk think they see derbies, and they do, because they're all, lots of cities have got derbies. But this one, when it lights up, my God almighty, it's like dynamite sometimes in the middle of the park. And we don't want to see any nastiness. Well, some folk don't want to see any nastiness at all. Some folk like to see the midfield getting stuck in and doing hard tackles, really tough tackles, you know. That's the way it should be. As long as you're not killing everybody, you know. Well, only during the 90 minutes, like, you know. I'll be keen and muscle. I'm going for the 1-0, as most folk would expect me to do.
I'm not surprised at that, Bridgman. I'm not surprised. You know. Right, so we've got pretty much give or take United about our team. We're confident in our manager. Has he turned it around, or has he been luckier than my previous manager was with injuries? Jaffa?
No, I don't think so, Ox. I mean, the injury list, the injury list has certainly eased a bit for him. But I wouldn't think it. I don't think he's been luckier, Ox, because he literally when he came in for the first probably half a dozen games, Ox, he was still shuffling the pack and trying to put effectively 14 players or 15 players together to muster up a team. So no, I think he's been quite. I think he's got a lot out of the players, Ox. I think they've bought back in. I mean, obviously a lot of them knew him. The core of the team there that knew him, and I've heard a few of them alluding to this. That they were, they knew what to expect, and I think he's proved it, Ox. He hit the ground for the day he walked back in the door. So I think that's been a good thing, and in the fact that the players knew him. A lot of the players knew him. Michael Beale, and they knew his methods and they knew what to expect. And he's obviously added a few players to that, and there's a few of the boys that he didn't know that he seems to be getting a opportunity. So I think it's a combination of factors, Ox. But I don't think he's been luckier than Giovanni with injuries.
We've been joined by Alex from my show. Evening, Alex.
Good evening, Ox here. Bridgman, Billy, Jaffa, Southside. Hope I've not left anybody else out. How are we doing, lads? All right?
Yeah, good to hear
Hi,
you,
Alex.
Sound, mate.
Good stuff. I'm good, thank you. Just ready now for ready for Sunday. This is us now. This will be the tailing point of the cup final. And we've got a right good chance of winning this. We've got the double-decker bus all loaded up, ready to go. Let's go here and get one out of this team and bring this cup back to Ibrox.
Here, mate. Here. What's your thinking? How we're going to line up, Alex? You thought about it?
Oh, that's a debate in a minute. The bench takes care of itself. We've all agreed there. The midfield's a bit. Need to see who's, what do you call it, fit and who's no. If all the players are fit, excuse me, with Raskin, Lundstrom, Tillman, I would have Sakala, Morelos, and Kent. And the defence just helped itself out. McGregor, Tavernier, Golston, Davison, what do you call it, Borna. I'm surprised if Cantwell was on for Tillman. It don't really matter there, but it's got to take about the 14 players anyway to win this cup. So no matter who comes on or when it is. I'm a wee bit, do you call it, with Morelos. I hope he can keep his temperament. This is the thing, the worry I've got there. I believe if, what do you call it, Roof was fit, Roof would have been in there at centre forward. But I'm not complaining. There's nothing between the teams, Ox, there. And I believe I've got a right good chance here.
What's your first memory of winning the League Cup, Alec?
Well, my dad took me there in 1963 when we beat Morton 5-0. Jim Forrest scored for Alec Wallaby's cousin. Then the next year we won 2-1 against the Celtic. So I got way back. Later years than that, when you go on, you probably the Graham Souness.
You're very old, Alec, aren't you? You're very old.
He was on a baby in the arms when he went, no?
I was at these games myself. Wonderful. That Morton game, fabulous.
Yeah, all right, aye. And how big a game do you... most talents hopefully be back. Aye. Let's get back a bit south side, eh?
Aye, certainly was. But it's like I said, Alex remembers that, but to go on to his first one and then obviously beating them the second time, and there you said it. Would they say Jim Forrest scored 4?
Aye, mate. 4 in the cup final, not in the Hall of Fame, right enough.
Aye.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Says you need to do special things. That's one of the criteria. You need to have done a special thing.
Can you name anybody else that scored 4 in the cup final?
You talking to me there?
Anybody? Anybody?
Surely McCoy's.
No, 4.
Gordon Jury.
No.
Hat trick, Billy, hat trick. Anybody? Bonus prize?
4 in the cup final. Wow.
No, I can't think unless we start going back and back, but I can't think of anybody off my head. You back with us, Alex? Well, you back, Alec? We'll be back in a second. Aye. I know you feel strongly. I do Southside that Jim Forrest should be on. Yeah? Right, but Jaffa, 4 goals in a cup final, huh?
Oof, I mean, that's to be commended at any point, no matter what era it was in, Knox. I mean, football in the 60s was, was as good as it gets, and, as far as, the strength of some of the teams.
Alec Cousins, sorry.
Oh,
Can't
wait a
believe
minute.
you. If you leave your name and number, I'll get back to you. Thank you.
Got his answer machine.
I mean, that's an incredible feat, that Ox, to score 4 in the cup final, and I think we all would agree that Jim Forrest, should definitely be he should be certainly installed in the Hall of Fame. That's for sure. It would be a great gesture of the club to take to be Andy's family, of course. It would be wonderful.
You back with us now, Alex?
I'm back now. Sorry about that, Ox, here. I don't know what happened there. I just...
Big Stevie texts me saying, if Alex is no well, can I have his ticket?
I'll tell you, this is true. If there was a spare ticket going, Big Stevie would have got it. I feel so sorry for the big guy. I'm glad his young Jambo's got a ticket. It's hectic. Honestly, try to get tickets. Southside will tell you, we're just the fortunate ones. But I feel so sorry for guys that's going there all the time. And their knees are like to sort this out. It's shocking.
Push comes to shove, Southside will lift them up.
Aye, well, that was the advantage we got in the days. That was it. I know you could get lifted there, and you look back at with your kids and that. So that was part of going to the football and all. About Hampden Park and that being the 50-50 split, it certainly makes it a bit more interesting than that, and the atmosphere will be sky high. I've just been listening to, different things the last couple of days and that, and it's as if we'd be better not turning up according to other side and that, but they're in for a shock. And if Rangers can get control of this midfield, this is where the game will be won, I believe. And if we can take control and conquer it in there, we'll definitely get a result. As I say, I'm really looking forward to it. All the boys out here are up for it and also let's get in there and get this damage, get it done.
Right, okay. I tell you what we've not really spoke about at all, which is surprising, the centre-backs, the two centre-back, Connor Golston and Ben Davis, but we've got a wee interview for them. So if you don't mind getting yourselves on mute, let's hear from Connor and Ben.
Cup final week, just give us an insight into your emotions leading into a game like this.
Obviously excited, massive game. It's still early in the week, so keep most of your emotions in check until probably like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Try and stay calm. We all know obviously it's a big game, but stay calm, take the week as it comes, work hard in training and then be ready for Sunday.
Obviously I've kind of huffed and puffed a lot in my career without actually winning too much, so this is a really good opportunity to obviously get that first trophy and see what that feeling's all about.
And that's the last action of the match. They have won the Scottish League Cup.
Rangers have done it! Rangers have won it! A 20th trophy as Rangers manager for Walter Smith!
I've had a good career, but in terms of trophies and achievements, then I thought this was a really good chance to get some on the board, and obviously now we fast forward a few months and we've got a real opportunity Sunday, which we're looking forward to.
These are the memories that you want to make as a child. You want to play in cup finals and you want to have the opportunity to win silverware, and we need to go and give everything that we can to try and grasp it with both hands.
Thinking back to the last cup final you played at Hampden, the 2-0 victory over Hearts, where does that rank in your Rangers career?
Yeah, high up. It was a great day, especially a few days after the sadness of obviously losing the Europa League final. It was great to be able to end that season on a high, but as you know, as football goes, you move on very quickly. You went to the summer and then it's all about a new season and what we're coming this year. So all focus is on this year and hopefully try and pick up the first trophy on Sunday.
On that day, did you fear that it could be your last game for Rangers, just given your contract situation at that time?
Yeah, obviously I didn't know. At that time, me and the club hadn't spoken. We said we'll speak after it, which we did. So yeah, obviously at the time, I didn't know if it was going to be my last game or not. So it was good, obviously, to win the trophy, but at the same time, I was signed and the contract was signed the next week.
Hollander's in there as his goals. Hollander's got a nibble in the box. It's in the net! Lovely. Oh, and it's goals and it comes back. It's in the net!
How would you describe Connor as a defensive partner?
He leads the back four well. He can play some good football, but he's not afraid to clear his lines, and he's got a similar mindset to me in the fact that we can look good and pass the ball nicely after we've defended, and we defend first. I think that similar mindset's helped us both get along well together.
It's just happened that naturally it's just worked quite well. And obviously he's played at a good standard over his career, and you can see that in his performances, and I think the more we can play together, the more we understand each other, then it can only get better.
In terms of who we're playing against, the strikers, I don't recognise many of them in general up here, so I just gonna have a word with him depending on who we're playing against, and then he'll let me know little bits about what they're about, and yeah, just little bits of advice on how to deal with them, which has been a good help.
What is it that really makes a solid defensive pairing?
Attributes. There's different attributes with all of them. I think if you look at Phil Hollander, I think probably the best in the box defender. You look at Calvin, you can leave him 1v1 on the halfway line and know that you're not going to be in trouble. Leon's athleticism, Balogun was tough, Nico in the air. Ben's really calm, on the ball is calm. The build-up now can go through both sides, left and right, and it's similar. And he reads the game really well, and I'm enjoying playing with him.
What would it mean to you to get your hands on the trophy come Sunday?
Yeah, it'd be amazing. Obviously, when you first come, you want a strong first season, and this is the first chance to get a trophy of the season. So to start with this would be amazing.
It's what I pride myself on, and I've said before, if you at this football club, you're judged on what you win. So it's the first trophy of the season, and we need to, as I said, we need to go and give everything that we can to try and win it.
Oh, thanks for that. It became a big part of our team, Alex, eh?
Definitely, what do you call it? Steadied up the defence. I'm quite looking forward to seeing Connor Golston. I believe he could be one of the winners here. Certainly, what do you call it, any set pieces in that. Ben Davis, what do you call it, is definitely, he's cooling the ball, bringing the ball out and that. He's definitely added a bit of class to the back four. Wee bit sceptical, what do you call it, with Tavernier and Big Bonner, really. I hope they don't get caught out, because we know ourselves what Celtic will do. They'll place the ball into the wide areas, and we're just hoping they can do a bit of good defending. I'm just looking forward to it. As I say, it's a 50-50 tie here. There's nothing between the teams and that. We could go over it and over it, but it's who's going to win it in the day. And I just hope it's, what do you call it, Rangers and that. So to give the fans a right good lift. And Michael Beale, that would be exceptional to come up here and to win a trophy right away.
What are the young teams saying about Beale, Alex?
They're all delighted with him. Everyone. They just think he's a real deal. If he wins the cup on Sunday, that's proof. We're my kind of age group and that, we've seen it all before, the managers coming in and that. But you've got to win trophies with Rangers Football Club. Let's be quite truthful. And we've went quite a while with it, albeit we won the Scottish Cup there. We've not won this League Cup for 12 years. That used to be a gimme with us. Get way back. We're always there around the finals and that. And this is a time now that we've got a right good chance here. And I'm looking forward to it. 100% here. And I'm just glad we're just motoring at the right time. If you'd asked me about 8 weeks ago, I'd have probably thought it differently, Oxford, but as time's went on in that, okay, the performances have not been great, but we've grinded out the results, and that's what it's about. And that's what it maybe take tomorrow. Who's going to win the battles and the individual battles? Then the team will take care of itself. We Sakala up front, I believe, could cause them a bit of problems with his speed, but it's going to take a right mammoth effort with a lot of them. It's got to be a 9 out of 10 with every player on this team to get this trophy and get it back to Ibrox.
Jaffa?
Yeah, Alex, I totally agree with you. I think it's going to take a lot of 9 out of 10 performances for the high majority of the team. I think we know how they're going to play. They only play one way, Alec. They'll play the same tactics. They'll try and burst at pace, and they'll try and get their noses in front in the early part of the game. We've got to be aware of that, and we've got to start the game with the right tempo and the right attitude that we've done back in January, and in particular the game last year as well in the semi-final. So I agree with you. I think the guys with the pace up front are probably the guys that are going to be our biggest weapon on the day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we've got options from different parts of the park, set pieces and so forth with Borna. But we've got to get all the players all playing. The big players in our team, they've got to hit form on the day, and they've got to drive the rest of the standards up with the performance. I like the noises that are coming out of the dressing room, Alex. They're certainly not overconfident in any way, but they're certainly up for the game, and there's a steeliness about a lot of the words that the players are using. So I think they're focused. And at this stage of the week, I mean, we only got less than 48 hours now before the game kicks off, or around about that time period. They're all wrapped up in cotton wool, and they're getting their last team talks tomorrow. And hopefully they get right into them, Alex. And what I mean by that is I don't mean 100 mile an hour tackles and so forth. I don't think the game, the referees wouldn't allow the game to be ref like that. I just mean the tactics have got to be right, and we've got to appreciate how they're going to play, and we've got to match them and better them. We're asking, for me, he's got a lot. He's got a big game in him, and I'm hopeful he's going to turn up to him on Sunday as well.
Southside then, Billy.
I think it's about being organised and making sure you know your shape, Alex. No, because I think when the game starts, we know ourselves, we can't dominate this game for 90 minutes. We'd love to, but it will only happen. I think they're slightly harder to probably defend against at times, because I think the day what other teams don't do, I mean, they're flinging their right back and their left back into bits into midfield and into weird positions. So we've got to make sure that when one of their players is venturing into that position and looking for the ball or whatever they're doing, we're going to have the cover in there, and we're making sure that we know how we're going to be organised off the ball. But I think when we're on the ball, I think we've got loads of time and space where we can penetrate them. No, I think left back position, I think they're weak in there. I think through the middle, if they're playing big, Starfelt or Arsfelt, whatever you want to call him, he's rotten, you know, so we can get at him and let's not be kidded. Joe Hart's nothing special, you know, so I think we've got loads of chances as long as we can get in and dominate that sort of midfield. We'll need to get in and dominate a good large spell of it in the game, but we can't afford to sit off them and let them play their wee passes and let runners run, because that will cause us problems and we'll have to look at otherwise. So they're shutting them down. So for me, I just want every Rangers player in that blue jersey that takes it back to run about and play your heart out for 90 minutes. If you're not having a great game, it doesn't matter, but just make sure you track your man and you do your job. And if everybody does that, I'm sure we'll come out winners on Sunday.
Billy?
I virtually along the same lines as the rest of the guys. I think the midfield will be key to winning the game at the weekend, Ox. But I'm liking the look of Davis and Big Connor at centre half and that. They look as if they're starting to build a strong partnership, and the two of them are starting to read the game and read one another's game as well. Plus, Ben Davis, he's a classy centre half. You know, he can pick a pass as well, and he doesn't. He's maybe not blessed with the greatest of pace, but he's a great reader of the game, as Big Connor Golson said. And listen, we can mix it up as well for the back here as well, because Big Terry Butcher Super Ali called it the Winchester. Big Golson can hit that long diagonal pass as well to get us up the park as well. If they, as Southside said there, if they try to come on top of us, so we've got that in our locker to get up the park as well. But listen, Big Connor will be wanting to right a few wrongs as well, because he obviously lost the last final against him, so he'll know how much that one stung. And then we've got Ben Davis. He'll be wanting to make sure it's a winner's medal he's got to get. Plus, you know, mate.
Evening, Bobby.
Evening, Obs. Evening.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Bobby.
Hiya. I've been listening to the programme. I hear your panel and all that. I've not been able to sleep for 2 nights. The battle fever's on now, mate. I've been up and down, saying that we're going to beat them. But your panelists seem to be absolutely confident we're going to beat them. Can you give me how you think they've not got a chance?
Yeah, I think it's quite simple, Bobby. We play in red, white and blue, and they play in green and white. Southside.
All right, sorry, didn't hear you there, mate. Bobby, listen, what have we got to fear, really? It's a cup final. It's a one-half game. Michael Beale came in. He's more organised. We've got a system and we've got a style, right? We can agree to that. We've not had 90-minute performances, right? But we can see that we can get a bit of football played in us. You look at what we played against him at Ibrox, and for 5 minutes we went away and he'd have 14 wins out of 14. I just think they're not as good as what everybody thinks they are, Bobby. Every other team in Scotland don't. They sit in against them, no, and they're letting them dictate the play. We'll not let them dictate the play on Sunday. It will be a hard game, Bobby, and there'll be moments when it will be uncomfortable for us and we'll not have the whole game. You've got to believe that we can beat them, Bobby. You know, we're in a good bit of form. We're winning. We're getting games won. We like better football. So what have we got to fear? We've got players that can hurt them in that team. That's what I believe, and that's what I think why we can beat them, Bobby. That's how I get the confidence, mate.
Jaffa.
Hello?
Jaffa. Billy.
Hi, Bobby. I just think Michael Beale knows how to play against them, buddy, to be perfectly honest with you. And I'm looking back to the Michael Beale's tenure when he worked under Steven Gerrard. And it was consistency. It was through the league campaign that never led to us going on to win the league titles at that particular time under Steven Gerrard, apart from obviously the 55 season. But Michael Beale he's a football man, he's a tactician. And listen, we've got to remember as well, buddy, the last game that we played at Ibrox, they never caught us open once, as far as I can remember. And it was individual errors that cost us the 3 points that day. And remember as well, buddy, that Michael Beale, he basically threw that team together to play in that all-firm game. And he managed to come up with a game plan to beat them, mate. So, and plus, listen, we've got the extra spice of playing against that mob. So, I mean, that's just my thinking, I think, buddy. And I don't think if we turn up and play football the way we can play football, and I think it was Jaffa touched on it earlier. We're all looking for 8s and 9s performances. If we get that, mate, then there's only one place that the League Cup's coming to, buddy, and that's right back to Ibrox, Bobby.
On you come, mate.
I hope you're correct, but I don't know. I've just been pacing the house for 2 years and saying, are we going to beat this? Are we going to beat this mob?
Bobby, are you always like this before all firm games?
Yeah, always have been. Always. I get myself up, and obviously I just want to beat them that much. I don't care how we beat them or whatever, but something's in my, I don't know, or maybe it was, I heard Southside having a good laugh the other night there. Maybe I've not been asleep for the last 2 nights because I'm still trying to fight Mikhailchenko, and I still can't get it. I still can't get it.
I'll see if you can.
Is it hot you, Bobby?
What?
Is it hot you, mate?
I think Southside said maybe he got to Mika and he couldn't do it, but I'm saying I don't get it.
Bobby, I'll give you a clue, right?
Right. The name's in Bobby. That's what you said the other night. The name's in Bobby, and then I still no got it.
Right. Right. Would you say that Mikhailchenko was a big name or a wee name?
Big name.
Right. So, if you were going to get it tattooed somewhere,
no.
No.
Still not going it.
So Miko,
That's what you would say. No on there.
Miko's not going to fit either then.
Right, I know you are now.
Right, you got it now, Bobby.
Huh?
Have you got it now?
I've got it now.
Right, well done, mate. Well done.
Right.
Are you going for Mikhailchenko or are you just going for Miko?
I'll go for something shorter.
Well done, Bobby. Well done, mate. Well done. Alex, in you come. I understand. There's a lot of people always pessimistic before these games, aren't they?
Absolutely. Bobby's no different. Everybody's what you call it, get the butterflies and that. I've seen that again here. The most important thing with Rangers is discipline. We've got to be able to keep the head and not get involved in anything. Then control performances with the tactics. And if everybody listens to Michael Beale's tactics, I'm sure we'll get the result. And I'll be very, very happy. Went there, what do you call it, the last time the League Cup final. We've played them off the park. Totally played them off the park. Morelos misses a penalty kick. Tavernier didn't want to take the penalty. Hands the ball to him. He misses it. Their goalkeeper had a game out of this blue. Unbelievable. He stopped everything. And there you go. They got a cut offside goal and they won the cup. And that's the reality of it. You don't need to be in top 90 minutes because it's never been known in an all-firm game. As long as you keep yourself in there, and we'll get there at the end. Whether it's a fluke, OG or anything, I don't care. As long as that ball hits the again and we win that cup.
funny enough, Alex, that cup final might have been one of the most one-sided ever.
Absolutely not, sir.
Yeah.
You don't get them like that. We played them off the park, tried everything to beat the goalkeeper. He just did a game out of the world. The penalty kick was a change. Then we got our luck in the semi-final against them in the Scottish Cup. The luck was with us, and we played the extra time right through after going to the finals and that. I'm going to tell you something. Seeing I came back to Seville, we were late in getting back. I missed the flight at Birmingham up the road. I turned up higher in the motor with a lot of us coming back up. By the time I got here, I was absolutely shattered. The car had to go back the next day at Glasgow Airport. I goes back and puts the car in and comes back absolutely shattered. And I put my ticket into the pub. All the guys that was at Seville with me, the 5 of us never got to the cup final. We all fell asleep. And I woke up. The wife says to me, "As James Tavernier just lifted the cup." So I've not seen James Tavernier lifting the cup yet. I know he lifted the cup in the league. That was behind closed doors. And they're all there out at George Square and that with a right good laugh. But I've not seen that guy lifting a cup yet. And I just pray to God I see it on Sunday. And all my years of following the Rangers.
Yeah.
Well said, mate.
Bridgman, in you come, mate.
I'm going to agree with what the guys were saying about it. I wonder, I was just wanted to ask Bobby something. Are you feeling a wee bit insecure as far as the Rangers are concerned? Do you think we're going to win? And if not, what do you think? What has Celtic got that we haven't got?
Luck. Luck in 7 minutes injury time. That's what I've got.
That's two good ones to start right enough. I can't argue about them. But otherwise, overall play, do you think we're about even or are we behind them?
No, we're even with them, but they seem to have the luck. They seem to. I don't know that they'll get something going from, and we don't seem to have that. We don't seem to get it. But for some reason, we don't seem to. I'm not saying the referees are at anybody's side. I'm saying they just seem to get the luck. It just seems to harm.
I don't think you're alone in their thoughts, Southside. We know a lot of bears. You know some bears that can't even watch this game, Southside.
Aye, certainly there's a lot of emotions to a lot of people, Bobby? I'll probably be the same on Saturday night. Once I'm thinking about going to my bed, and I'll probably just go into bed and it'll be ping. I'll be wide awake, no. It'll be an early rise anyway on Sunday morning because we're off for orders, the pub's opening, so we can get a wee pre-swally before it Caminaires, Bobby, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Bobby, as what it is, we know these type of games, right? We've just got to turn up on the day, and everybody that's in that squad have got to go out and play to Michael Beale's instructions. Tav said he's gave them the game plan, and it's about the team carrying it out. And that's about it. The only thing they've got more than us, Bobby, slightly, is they've got a more settled squad that he's worked with, and they've got a style, whereas Michael Beale's come in and he's implementing a style back into the squad that he knows and the newer players that he's brought in. That's the only advantage they've got, but they don't get tested any other week in Scotland. So we'll test them on Sunday, and if we do the right things and the players turn up, we'll be lifting that trophy, and then that gives our club a wee boost, and it gets a marker laid down to them, and that's what I want to see come Sunday. Then we can all get partying.
Bobby, if this was a league game, would you feel the exact same way?
I feel the same every time we play them, mate. It's just my way. I can't stand them. And during a game, if I'm not at the game, I can maybe smoke 40 fags. 40 fags. Just watching.
You don't smoke normally. And you don't smoke normally.
Yeah, but I can smoke 40 just during the game. I'm up and doing, I'm pacing up and doing, and I'm kicking every ball into the net, and every attack they make, I'm pushing back, and it's crazy. It's mind blowing. My wife used to say to me, "You ought to calm down, Bob. You're going to have a heart attack." and I'm all right.
I know somebody had a heart attack the game at Parkhead.
Aye.
Chance. It does strange things to people, Jeff. So, not Billy. It does strange things, this game.
It does, mate. Listen, Bobby, listen, buddy. I'm in your body too, mate. I've been buzzing all week and all, but I think I know where you're coming from regarding you were talking about with the luck and that. But I believe that you make your own luck in these games, and by that I mean when you watch Celtic at times, they seem to win. They get their breaks off a second and third balls type thing. So, in my opinion, mate, that's going to be a key issue as well for individual battles, especially more so when we're defending, because if they, maybe for talk's sake, if they break down one side and they get a cross into the box and our centre half nods it away, and then it falls to their players, we've got to make sure that we win the second ball, and especially if there's bodies in the box, we've got to make sure we win the second ball and the third ball. So I think that's where you're coming from. I don't know if that's right or no, mate. So that's just my wee take on the way you're thinking, mate.
I think when they're playing football, do you know? Think to me, the more clever at the cheating. We're too honest. We're too. We'll go down and we'll go up and they'll roll a bit of grunt. They'll for hand boys and it's just they're a wee bit more cleverer. They play the game, but they're good about the day. You know, they kind of corner the referee in and give them fouls when there's not a foul there. That's what they're good at. We're too honest.
I get that and all, Bobby. I think the word you're looking for, mate, is maybe they're a wee bit more streetwise.
Yeah.
But we've got to box clever in that department, mate, and make sure that we're more streetwise than them. So when if the incidents they happen within the game.
We've been joined by Tosh. Evening, Tosh.
Evening, lads. How you all doing?
Right, Tosh. All right, Tosh.
Just saying, loving the positivity. I feel the same as you. We're going to utter scud them on Sunday. It's what we need and what we do.
Bobby's negative.
Oh.
It's one of the games that your glass is always half empty, yeah, because you fear the worst, and I think that goes for a lot of the support, eh?
Well, I'm loving the positivity for all you, because I'm the same. We're going to. There's no other way of putting it. We're going to scud them. We really are.
Hope you're right, Tosh. I hope you're right, Alex. I hope Tosh is right.
Absolutely. I will say, Tosh, I'm the same. As I say, it's a cup final. It's a one-off, and we'll get in there and we'll give our best shot. And I agree with you. If we play, we win. It's just for everybody to keep their discipline, as I've said before, and not get carried away. We've got to play the game and just win our balls. Tackle when it's totally needed. Don't be getting there rationally and getting stupid free kicks away. There are umpteen things of these old firm games. You've seen them over the years. Split second, you could do something. Just take your eye off the ball and somebody's running behind you. We've got to be completely 100% focused. Just keep the tactics that the man's given us, and let's see how good this team are across the city, because they're bumped up something terrible now, and we're the only team that's capable of beating them. And that's the only thing about it. That's the hardest thing about the league as well. We're the only team that's got a chance of beating that Celtic. And I'm confident. I'm looking forward to it. To go up here Sunday, get a couple of drinks as Southside says in the pub, on the bus and get in there. And let's have a right good day. And we'll win that cup, take it back, and we'll have a right good Sunday night.
Here. Bridgeman, tell him we're going to do it. Tell Bobby we're going to do it. And if we do it, We'll all chip in and get Bobby Ratmakailichenko tattoo.
Bobby deserves that, I'll tell you. Bobby deserves that, that's for sure. I think, in all honesty, as far as I'm concerned, we're on a high. The team are all looking quite good, and they never say die. They're always in there, trying their hardest. So, based on what we played against them the last game, we played them at Ibrox, I thought we were excellent. Apart from the two really poor passes we gave them possession. One was a goal. Excuse me, Morelos the pass. We need to stop that. No blind passes against them. And go and play your heart out on that pitch. We can do it on that pitch. We can beat them. For sure. We are a far better team than them, in my opinion. Only my opinion. So let's do it, Rangers. Come on, Rangers, get in there and do them.
Here. Southside, it is a great game when you win.
Oh, certainly is. That's what makes it all the better, isn't it? That's what makes your weekend, your week, your month till you play them again. But like you said, we're due a bit of luck. We didn't get it in 2019. It's a one-half game. I'm hoping that, I've been a wee bit critical of Ryan Kent, as you know, and I'm hoping that Ryan Kent turns up on Sunday. I know he usually plays no bad against them, and he's turned up in many a game, but I'm looking for him, hopefully, to play a big, massive game, Ox, for us on Sunday. People say we should be re-signing him. They want him as re-signing that, and the club should be giving him a contract. And some people are saying he hopefully will re-sign. Well, Sunday's time to show up, isn't it? And I'm hoping that Ryan Kent has a massive game on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to seeing him get a bit of space and he can go deep into their defence and hurt them. And as I've said, their two full-backs aren't the greatest. They've got a centre-back, it's rotten. The other one's so-so. And they've got a goalkeeper, it's stinking. So, just get the pressure on them, create the chances, and we'll stick the ball in the back of the net. But see, just the one thing, do you think the one thing is, see if he didn't play Sakala, because we're all assuming Sakala plays, see if he doesn't play Sakala, that allows to put another football playing type player into the team then. Would you agree, Ox?
I think that would be Cantwell, mate. If that was the case, yeah.
Aye, just because everybody's picked different midfields, but I'm thinking if Sakala didn't start, that would obviously allow one of the other midfield sort of players, a Tillman or a Cantwell, whatever else, maybe missed out even a Kamara in their team earlier, would maybe put him into the team as well, because you're taking away that other striker option and playing the one.
I think the trouble is, I don't think Kent will play that. He'll have a free roll and he'll drop back at times, and because he does work hard, Kent. I get your point about numbers after on the ball, but he works hard off it, even when he doesn't play well. He'll have a role today, and then the trouble is, I think you'd be light up front. But we'll see, mate. It's interesting because we don't really know who's fit. Yeah, Southside, and then we'll go to Alex.
Yeah, aye. But I think we're assuming that Alfie's going to start, and I think and obviously I don't know if maybe if Roof earlier on, as Alec alluded to, if Roof had maybe more game time, or even maybe Kolak, I don't know whether Alfie would have started, but we've got to go with him on Sunday. And I think, like you say, we'll probably play Kent in, run about him and off him. And the conundrum is it going to be Sakala or would it be maybe Tillman? But I think Sakala's due another chance back in the team. I think we missed him in the wee game that he was out on the birthdays with the baby and that. And I think we missed him in the games that he wasn't in the team. And I think he's a big threat for us on Sunday as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing the three of them up front. And I think that's three players that are going to test him. That there's no other three players in Scottish football that plays for another team that threatens them the way they three can threaten them on Sunday. And that's a big test for them.
And if you think back to the game at Ibrox, they can talk about all the decisions they've had. The boy Johnson's have been sent off. Alex?
That's right, absolutely. I thought about this myself. What Southside's been saying there, I know, try to change the team round about and try to get Cantwell in there with Tillman. And it's quite difficult as well, you know. We need to play out in the wing. Then I thought about what I did the last time against Hearts. It never happened. Just play Sakala through the middle. Just what do you call it, a change. Thinking what do you call it, a playing. And just play
I'm
Sakala.
putting a fiver, Alec. I'm putting a fiver. Rangers to win. Sakala any time after extra time.
There you. I just feel Sakala's got to play out in the wing. As I said before, we could have put him down centre. I know it's a big ask, but the ball's going right over the two centre halves. They don't like to try and turn with the pace behind them. My problem is with Morelos, as I said before, the temperament in these games, it can either be, we have seen it before, sometimes he just loses it, and we can't afford, we've got to keep 11 players on the park now, and then it'll be a squad game. So I'm not really too bothered who comes in there. Ryan Kent, as I've said before, I'm the same as Southside about him. But this is his game and all. They don't like Kent running at them. We've got the power up the front, definitely. If we get the ball put through to them, these guys, I'm sure they'll take the chances. But Sakala is definitely, he's worth a go now. And I'm sure they're frightened of him because he's pace. But as I say, we Cantwell and Tillman, it's one of the ones what you're going to do. Kamara and all. We've got options now that we didn't have there. Let's be quite truthful, 6 weeks ago there. We brought these two guys in. They were totally come into play in the team. And that's what it is. It gave us a bit of more dig in the centre of the midfield now. And that's what the game's going to be won. We've got to win the battles in there, then take it from there and get the ball to the front for these guys to try and take on this Celtic defence. Because they are weak. Make no mistake about it. They just don't get tried, but they'll definitely get tried on Sunday afternoon.
And you come, Tosh, give us your thoughts how it's going to go then and pan out.
I'm convinced we're going to give him a right turning over. We owe them it. We've not done it for a long time. The last final, we battered them, or we done it. We just didn't score. So same again for me, but take your chances. I'm convinced we're going to hammer them. We owe them it. We've not done it for a long time. We need everybody, like Alex said there, we need everybody right up for it. But I'm thinking ahead. I can't wait to see try and get in the same team. Tillman, Lawrence and Cantwell, we were asking sat back and Lundstrom. The options now, the boys are right. 6 weeks ago you went, oh no, this is it, that's it. We need a full team plus 3 subs. Now, two boys are like Cantwell. He's going to be. I think he's going to be. I don't know. I don't want to say he's like Durant or he's like Barry Ferguson. No giving you bits, and then you're putting too much on it. But I can see glimpses of it. If you think back, he's got a wee touch of Durant about him. And Raskin, he's only 22. That boy's going to be brilliant for us. He's a wee bulldog. He's everywhere. He's the one against Livingston. That was, if you watched it, he covered every blade of plastic. But aye, it was magic. But I am convinced we owe them. Well, since 2012, they've given us a European final, a Scottish Cup, a league trophy. They've not given us a right scudding of that mob. I mean, like we've done them right good. We've turned everything just goes, just Rangers, and they are scunners for months. That's what we need to do to them, and that's what I'm hoping for.
Bobby, you starting to feel a wee bit more confident?
Well, I always do feel confident, but I just fear that mob's going to beat us, and I really can't take that mob. So I'm a bad loser against them.
Bobby, we're going to turn them. Bobby, calm down, mate. Listen. We're going to blutter them. Get your confidence levels back up.
I hope so.
Come on, it's Friday. You're going to have some weekends. Sunday's like miles away. You're in a dark place. No, mate, listen. We're going to scuttle them. Sit down a minute. Think what you're saying and rethink it. Start picturing goals. Mendes, Durant, Cooper, everything. Just put it in. You'll go, you know where our boys, right? We're going to turn them this week.
Just think about it, Bobby. Out tomorrow with the boys. Sunday the game. Monday you get a new tattoo.
No, no more tattoos, mate. No. listen. See, before I go, I heard Big Stevie on earlier on talking about Alec Black and that. So I take it Big Stevie's for Discovery. Yeah, no.
No, for the drum.
Aye, for the drum, but there was a gang up there called Discovery.
I don't know him.
Discovery?
That's Alec Black's mob. Discovery.
Discovery? Never
No,
heard of
different area, mate.
No, it's not.
No,
Discovery's... Check it up in your... Discovery's Drumchapel.
No. Bridgeman,
yes.
tell him Discovery comfy.
I've never heard it, pal. Never heard it.
Discovery?
You may be right. I've never heard of it.
Different area, mate.
Well, somebody else know on the panel for Surfside, he was about Gordon Rio. Was he not for Discovery?
Well, he's for a different part of the city, south side, mate.
I thought you said Discovery. Bobby, I think you'll discover we're going to harass with that mob on Sunday.
I hope so. Trust me,
We are, mate. Trust me. We are.
Right, Obs. I'm going to I'll phone you back Monday night and I hope I'm over the moon. Okay, mate?
Cheers, Bobby.
Right.
You're starting to turn into one of our characters on the show, and I'm glad you got the joke, Bobby.
Well, I've certainly not got my Kalachenko. I might have a Miko or something, but I'm not going to Kalachenko. I'm not that big. Okay, mate.
Right,
I wish you all the best for Sunday, and I hope you are all delighted. Okay, mate?
You too, mate. Cheers,
Right,
Bobby.
good night.
Cheers, Bobby. Tosh.
Right, mate.
That was your last words, Toshy boy.
Oh, no surrender, mate. Get the battle fever right on. Let's just hope Monday night yous are all on and we're in a right good... after the game on Sunday, let's just hope that's the best two we've had in a long time. I'm convinced I'm staying there because if I go in a bad mood, it's going to be a crap weekend. No, I can't wait for Sunday now. We need this. You know, as our fan base, we need this to turn them right here, proper battle them and put them back in their place, and then we can look forward for a good couple of weeks, just happy, just buzzing about. We turned them there, we done it. But it's over to them now. Let's just hope. Come on, no surrender. 3-1 in the Rangers. Let's turn that mob. I'll see you all after, lads.
Cheers, Tosh. Nothing wrong with being optimistic, Alex, is there?
Absolutely brilliant, man. It's great just hearing them all. I know one thing, I'll be doing that bouncy by up that Rangers end on Sunday, and I'll probably need to go to the chiropractor again on Monday. Come on, the Rangers.
Alex, it's always a pleasure to hear you, mate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wonderful show. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Billy boy.
Superb box. Great show, great night. Fantastic, mate. Loved the confidence. You can feel the adrenaline coming through every one of us all. All the fans, all the people, we're all up for it. All we need now, mate, is the finest football team on the planet to go out there and do us proud, and I'm sure we will, mate. I'm super excited, mate. And I just can't wait. Come on, Rangers. Just geese that trophy. We know you can do it. You go and show us. On the Rangers.
Yeah. Southside.
Hi, mate. Thoroughly enjoyed the night. Looking forward to Sunday. I've been buzzing all week, mate. I'm really looking forward to it. And I think every Rangers fan should be looking forward to it. We're in the right good place here. You know, we've apart from that draw, we'd have a perfect record. We've got nothing to fear at all against that mob. Absolutely nothing. We're at Hampden. We're in the cup final. And let's do this, Glasgow Rangers. Every player just go out and play your heart out for the club. If you do that, we'll have a great party on Sunday night. So it's your time, mate. Definitely. So I'm positive Glasgow Rangers will be League Cup champions.
I've just looked at the flight checker. Big Stevie's just touched down in Zambia, so he's he just texts me also. He says if he can't, he's just going to get a tattoo. Alexei Mikhailichenko, he's going to get Bridgeman.
What can I say? A fantastic night, Ox, there. Well done to you, particularly techie guys in the background. Keeping the show going. And look, all the guys in the panel, just fantastic. And thanks for being with us. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is, remember who we are, because we are the people, and indeed we are. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers. Big victory on Sunday. Keep it going.
Can I thank Big Stevie for phoning? It's always great to hear for a big, and he makes us laugh. Alex Wilishaw, our Bobby, and he has turned into our Bobby. And of course, Tosh with Blackpool, great to hear from Tosh. Jaffa, who had to go and deal with something with the family, but yeah, great to hear from Jaffa, and I hope everything works out all right. Southside, Billy, Ridgeman, and of course, Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals in the background, because we took them. There's no show, and we thank them very, very much. This has been Rangers Radio. Speak to you all soon. Take it away, Old School Blue.
Every Saturday we follow, we cheer the boys in blue, the most successful team in football. We're Scotland's gallant few, though at times they have been hard, we've followed near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox Park.
Successful team in football, with Scotland's gallant few, who times they have been hard, will follow near and far. You will always hear us roaring from the stands in Ibrox